Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, um, whenever I get a factory knife, I look at the edge grind, and bevel and see how well they match up, the apex and everything. And usually there's room for improvement, Sometimes it's really wonky, other times it's okay. Um, Most of them come fairly sharp with what I would call like a working uh, edge. It's not something that's super sharp, but it's sharp enough to get what you need cut. Like tougher materials done. Um, but man, the difference between a sharp knife and a dull knife is amazing. I mean, I just cannot stand a dull knife when I get one. Now, Essie had a very good grind on it, but uh, it wasn't sharp. And I mean, it wasn't as sharp as it could be. And so I put it on the Work Sharp Precision Adjust. I'll put a picture of that up there. That's the non-belt one. With smaller knives, I like to do that because what I'll do is I'll take if I like the way the factory edge is, I'll take the existing bevel that I've got on the factory edge. I'm trying to get this stupid thing to focus. Focus on up close. I don't know what's wrong with it. But I'll take the factory edge and I'll take my stone and I'll adjust the angle on the Work Sharp to basically match what they've got there if it's close to 20 something degrees. And I think I set this one at 20 degrees, and now, man, the difference, like I said, between a sharp knife and a dull knife, man, it's just... And the same way with this one. This is that Brother... Man, what is wrong with this? This thing usually, if it's out of focus, it straightens up as you put it closer. It's not doing it today. It's in its long distance mode. This is the W204. It's supposed to be like an Izula 2. It does have a bigger handle, but if you look at the way my hands work, I can get that fourth finger in that little hole right there. And the Izula 2 and the Izula both have the identical blades. The only difference is the handle. The handle's a little bit longer. So if you have bigger hands, I usually wear a medium size glove, a size 8 glove. So if your hands are even like normal human, if you have normal human hands, this might be a little bit small for you. Now you can get scales that extend this out. Extends the handle out with with the covers, scales covers. I forget what it's called, scales. But so by getting just a regular Izula, they're usually less expensive than an Izula 2. And you have the option of a smaller carry thing. Now, you would think, what's half an inch or so? Well, if you have this thing sticking in your belt, it might be, how happy do you look to see other people? Because with this sticking out a little bit, you don't see it a whole lot, but it pokes out a little bit. If you put this one in, it's going to stick out a little bit more. And since they're both basically, now in this case, this one's 12C 28, what is that? 12C 28N. There he is. We finally got a focus on this thing. And this is 1095. Man, both of these were a breeze to sharpen. And I just used, like I said, my little Work Sharp. This is not the super fancy one or anything. I've got a separate angle guide, but I just used like I said, I just set the stuff on here, set the knife in there, and just match the angle as much as I could and sharpen like that. But yeah, Happiness is a sharp knife. Now, something else I didn't notice, Buddy is doing a side job of modeling. Look at that. But anyways, yeah, let me know if you like factory edges. If the factory edge is already sharp, then I'll go with that until I need to sharpen it. But if it's really wonky, now this one wasn't wonky. It just wasn't as sharp as it could be. And I like having a sharp knife, man. I hate it when you're going to cut something and it drags, you know, like on plastic or something, or rips and tears. You might as well be using your teeth and fingernails, you know, if you're gonna do that. That's what I got a knife for, is to cut things, not to rip things, not to tear things apart, but to cut them. Yeah, that's good enough for me. I'll try to cut down into it like that. Yeah, that's sharp enough for me. I don't know if it's hillbilly sharp. Let's see if it'll... Oh yeah, it'll take air off. It's sharp enough. So yeah, that's just a little quickie there on and they basically have stolen each other's sheaths. This is the Essie sheath. It kind of friction fits on this one, and the Essie's in the sheath that this one came in, because man, it just locks right in and perfectly. So there you go, just a little quickie there for you about Happiness is a sharp knife and why I like sharp knives. Let me know if you have any issues with factory edges, or if you sharpen your knives, or you know, some people just right out of the box will get a knife and just sharpen it, you know, and other people will use the factory edge until it gets... That's usually what I do. I use the factory edge until it gets dull or I get tired of it, and then I'll improve it. But yeah. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.